Hello and welcome to Diva TV. My name is John Duffy, and once again we're joined by the amazing Levi Gratian. Levi, how are you?
Hi. Good, yeah.
Yeah, good, excellent. That's what we like to hear. And today, so we usually see us when we pop up for preview and predictions ahead of pay-per-views and stuff, but we're going to start putting out weekly videos where we pick a few talking points of the previous week's women's wrestling news and goings on and all that. So we're going to name it What Went Down, where we talk about what has gone down on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite, maybe even Dark Elevation as that's kicking off tomorrow night with a pretty big match to look forward to. So without further ado, I think we should get going, don't you?
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. So, and we'll start off with Peyton Royce absolutely setting the wrestling world on fire with a killer promo on Raw Talk. Well, first off, what did you think of it? I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Same. Yeah. I thought it feels like it's a long time coming because there's like all them rumours of her having that big push. And then it didn't happen. They just put over Lacey Evans.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Yeah.
And then it feels like when the Iconics split up, all the talk was like, oh, it's because Peyton's getting a big singles push, and it never happened. So hopefully it means it's gonna happen. Which I'd like to see.
Yeah, I think everyone would. No, like I love Billie Kay, absolutely. She's a riot, man. But Peyton Royce she's above her in kind of in ring prowess. I think she's a lot better in the ring. And she's just not since the breakup. She's just, like you said, she's not been able to kind of showcase it. They split her up from a tag team to put her in another tag team, which seems to be all
it didn't even make sense, that tag team.
And there was a few fleeting moments where I thought her and Lacey Evans were quite funny, and they had like a little bit of kind of odd couple vibes, didn't they, where they would like snipe at each other and stuff like that. It was quite funny, but as you said, it was it didn't really work, did it? And then he got overshadowed with the
when Ric Flair turned up.
pretty Ricky turned up, and then I think she's been on Main Event, hasn't she, and stuff. It's hopefully. What do you think will come out of the promo, if anything?
I want like that when she says she wants Asuka. I hope it's either going to lead to her and Asuka when Asuka comes back, whenever that's going to be, or it's like other women of Raw will step up and say, no, I want Asuka, and it'll like they'll have to like fight it out.
You mean that? You mean we might actually get some storylines around?
We might get a storyline.
Wow, that's insane.
After how many months? I don't know.
Well,
it was kind of like last year since she's had a storyline, really. Like to do with that title,
Yeah, well, I think it was SummerSlam, wasn't it? That was kind
of like the Sasha and Bailey and Kyrie stuff, and then she's just at it but doing nothing.
Because
which is not her fault, but
no, totally she's kind of done all she's been asked to do, hasn't she? It's just the situation's been put and as much as I liked Zelina Vega and Lana, they weren't really credible challengers, were they, for her? So even though I thought Zelina Vega stepped up in those two matches before,
because they didn't really have time to build that. She just turned up and said, right, I'm not being a manager anymore, I want the championship.
As you do,
went strolling in.
So hopefully we do get a bit of a Peyton Royce push after this. And then as you mentioned, and also it's a great segue into our next point, is Asuka's reported concussion. She did suffer a rather brutal kick to the face.
Oh, it looked awful.
Oh man, winced every time you saw it. So
it's the bit when you see, like, I can't tell if it's 1, 2, 4, 2. You just see teeth.
You'll see
through the air.
Yeah. Yeah, so
And Shayna Baszler just like, no.
yeah, you would be though, wouldn't you? She
Yeah.
must have like felt her foot like proper connect. So she's
Mm.
she went down and checked. So so yeah, that, and then so we're kind of we're 1 week away from Fastlane.
Yeah.
We've got the tag team match, which we will get to in a bit, but we've got there's like no championship match, Raw Women's Championship match, nothing involving
Mm.
Oscar again. Like that was the thing. she got injured in another fucking tag team match. It's just that's all that you
Like,
see.
which she shouldn't really, like, as good as she shouldn't be in that. I don't think, like, there's all these other tag teams. I don't know how I'm doing this. There's all these other tag teams like waiting, and then it's just like whoever's the women's champion of the brand just goes, I'm doing it now.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, because they can't book the women's tag team division without having a champion involved in it, and that's what's happening now on both shows, on both Raw and SmackDown. It's been that way from the start, really.
Yeah.
Towards the end of 2019, it was Becky Lynch, wasn't it, and Charlotte.
Yeah.
They
It
were
seems
all,
like more of a vehicle for the singles
yeah. It's
titles.
bizarre. It's really bizarre. So unfortunately, it does seem to look like that Oscar is legitimately injured, and again it's another kind of negative knock on the Raw Women's division, the Raw Women's
Yeah.
title scene. Was what I'm trying to say. So
Because she could sorry.
no, I was
She could like what's gonna happen if she misses I can't speak today. What's gonna happen if she misses that's a tongue twister, misses WrestleMania? Like,
yeah. Do you
how
know
will
what?
they work around that?
You
That's
bring
what I
up a
keep
good
thinking.
yeah, you bring up a good point. Hope that we do still have, well, what is it now? 4 weeks,
Yeah, it's
5
like a
weeks.
month.
Yeah. So hopefully she might be able to recover by then. But like you said, you never know. There's a good possibility that she might be out. I don't know about concussions, but they do seem to kind of take it out of people. So
Yeah.
you know, looking, so if we look at it as if she will make WrestleMania, what would you want to call, so Asuka comes back, she gets cleared, she comes back from concussion. What's your kind of hope of what happens with the Raw
Mm.
Women's title and Asuka?
I think like at the moment there's not really a storyline, so maybe like I don't know, like a tournament or something. Like after Peyton said like I want Asuka, and then Charlotte said it on Raw. Was it last week? It was a week before, weren't
It
it?
was, and
And then Shayna was like,
you have
no,
to.
you have to go through me. And so there could be like a tournament maybe, and then the winner faces her at WrestleMania, or have, if she's going to be out for WrestleMania, maybe do a tournament, and then it's like the last two at WrestleMania, and then
Yeah,
the winner faces her at Money in the Bank or something, just to
I
keep,
like
because they're
that.
not
Yeah,
doing anything with the
it's
Raw
it's
Women's Championship, are
it's
they?
literally anything is better than anything is better than what they're doing currently. There is, obviously, they have said on Raw that Rhea Ripley is coming soon. I just, like, I think you've mentioned on these videos before, just get Rhea Ripley in there booting
Yeah,
people's heads off, and
yeah.
like she did when she first came from uh, NXT UK to NXT, and she
Yeah,
just like got straight in Baszler's face and was like, and they had that great feud, and
I loved that feud. That
yeah,
was so good.
yeah,
And then like it was like because it was just before Christmas, and then I
yeah.
feel like after Christmas they were just like, she's got it now, it's fine.
Well, she didn't. She stopped having match. She won the title and then literally
Yeah.
stopped having matches, and then they had, and then there was the Charlotte feud,
Mm.
which still I can't.
Ugh.
Still bothers me to this day. What I can't even
I don't
understand.
get why it happened.
There was no there was no positive of any
No.
kind to come out of it. It was ridiculous. And what the only one thing that they can do to maybe kind of redeem themselves is to have Rhea Ripley defeat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title. I think that
like bring it back to like last year.
Rerun
Like,
it, and yeah,
like she gets her what's it called, like vengeance on us? Is that the word?
yeah, nice, yeah,
getting a vengeance.
nice dose of vengeance. Yeah, that'd be good. So yeah, well, you know, they keep saying, I think it was I think it was like February 22nd when they said that Rhea Ripley was coming soon, and now we're
It's been like every week they have that little thing coming soon, like when is soon.
when is soon. Yeah, exactly. So
because I feel like if they would have done it straight after the Rumble, if you had so much momentum after that, I feel like with loads of the women though, they're like, they get a dead good moment and then they don't capitalize on it. They wait till like 6 months down the line.
Well, exactly. Like going back to Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce pinned Bailey at Survivor Series.
So I thought something was going to come from that, and
with that absolutely beautiful like spinning brainbuster that she does. Like it's fab, that move, and so slick and smooth, and it was like, oh shit, she's just pinned Bailey. You know, Bailey was just coming off a historic SmackDown Women's title run, so it was you kind of thought something was in the works there, but
because then they used like Bailey to build up momentum for Bianca, like going into the Rumble, because she beat, was it the SmackDown before, and she was like, oh, that's the biggest win and all this, it's so big.
Yeah
and then
I think that's it. Like, that's the only way to vocalize what was going on. Just like yeah. So well, let's leave the negativity of the Raw Women's division behind us. Let's move on to something absolutely wonderful, and that was the news that Molly Holly is going to be finally inducted into the Hall of Fame. So my question is like, you know, I'm going to say, are you a fan of Molly Holly? But I don't know if anyone isn't a fan of Molly Holly.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who doesn't like her.
Yeah,
no, I don't know anyone who dislikes her. Like, even if people who aren't like big on her, they're like, oh yeah, she's good.
She genuinely seems like a really like good soul, kind heart, like, and will go out of her way to help. And you know, there's that fabulous story that she like, was it Natalia's wrestling fees, or Beth Phoenix, wasn't it?
I think it was Beth. Yeah. Then Bailey had a nice story as well. I think she said when she was I think it's when she was training, she saw her like like a signing event, and she gave her like a free DVD and all this, and was like bigging her up and saying, "Oh, keep trying." And
I saw that on Twitter as well. Yeah, that was and so, you know, and like, did you see like the announcement? Did you like Hurricane Helms?
Yeah. Oh man, that was nice.
I was like proper choking up watching it, because you know, she was a fan, like a proper wrestler at a time where like women's wrestling wasn't wrestling. It really was. It wasn't, obviously it was no way near what it was today, but I think she's a trailblazer in that way, and if that she brought kind of legitimate like wrestling skill to the WWF at the time. You know,
I feel like she's one who's like all the women who are in WWE now have like always mentioned her name when they said like who inspired you. It's always like Molly Holly, Trish, Lita, Victoria. I feel like they're the main few names that they always say.
They're the OG four horsewomen. Yeah. No, it's been a long time coming for sure. But fine, you know what I mean? It's great to see someone as universally liked as Molly Holly to like, you know, get her flowers. You know, hopefully she's gonna get.
Cause I was convinced until that. I was like, I kept thinking, I'm sure she's already in it. I'm sure she's in it.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the things where you think you want it to have already happened.
She inducted Beth Phoenix, didn't she?
Yeah.
That was and I remember her speech was her induction speech was really, really powerful. Like, so I think that's kind of always. I've always thought that that was her kind of acceptance speech, but no, it'll be great to see. So, and do you think anyone else? So, because they're obviously combining with the last year's, aren't
Yeah,
they?
because
NWO.
the Bellas were last year, weren't they?
That's right. Yeah, the Bella
Yeah.
twins as well. Yeah. So, do you think we'll see anyone else and any other
Mm,
legends or
no,
added?
is Victoria in? Because I was
No.
thinking it might be a good year for Victoria because she like had a little Rumble return and everything this year. That'd be nice.
Well, I don't know why, and I'd love to find out. Is like why what like WWE pretty like dissed her for a good few years, man. So I
Yeah,
wonder
because I
how.
think she was saying for ages she wanted to come back and do the Rumble, but no one had contacted her about it,
No.
which I thought was a shame.
Well, there was a story that she was at one of the events. I think it was like Elimination Chamber or something. It was like one of the firsts, and she wanted to go back. She was in the crowd and she wanted to go back and congratulate them, and they wouldn't let her back to go
That's
and
nice.
see it. Yeah. So I don't know what happened there. So but like she came back at the Rumble, which was great. So yeah, I think that's one bit further down the line, possibly.
Yeah,
So
I think that's more of a wishful one on my part.
yeah. But no. So congratulations to Molly Holly on that. So that's something to look forward to, and that just that's added another kind of like must watch piece of programming on that absolute horrendously.
I'm gonna have to like
I'm
be
gonna have to book
nocturnal
time off
that
work,
week.
like two NXT takeover, 2 night
Yeah,
NXT
because
takeover, 2 day.
there's that, and then there's only AEW as usual, then
Uh-huh,
SmackDown, and then
uh-huh.
2 night WrestleMania. Is the Hall of Fame the weekend before?
I think it's on the. I
I
think it's
think
on the Tuesday.
is it?
Mm.
Oh, God, I'm gonna be tired.
I know. I mean, yeah. It's going to be a chock-a-block weekend.
I
That's
think I'm gonna have to live on America time for a week.
America time and
Yeah,
Red Bull. Yeah.
yeah.
So as you said, you just mentioned AEW then, and to keep up with the kind of groundbreaking and historic news, we've got our first ever AEW women's main event match with Britt Baker taking on Thunder Rosa on this week's St. Patrick's Day themed Dynamite. Long time coming.
Yeah,
Really
definitely.
good to see. I don't think there's any two better wrestlers that it could go to right now. I think both Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, easy for me to say, are on fire at the minute. So I think, and it's an unsanctioned lights out match, so extra bit of mustard on them digs.
Yeah,
and also a Dark Elevation, a women's main event match, and that is Rio versus the wonderful Maki Ito.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. So give us your thoughts on these two kind of historic matches that are taking place on AEW this week.
I think it like you said, it has been a long time coming, but I am looking forward to both of them because I feel like they're at the moment, it's like those four and Jade Cargill are like the standouts for me in their women's division.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're finally going in the right direction for the women's division, which how long's AEW? It's like nearly 2 years, isn't it now?
Nearly 2 years, yeah.
So, which like 2 years in it's not good enough really, but it's a step in the right direction.
They do they do seem to be kind of putting a more kind of more effort and focus into the division for sure. But the good thing about the Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker match is that I don't feel it's like forced. I feel that their kind of their rivalry and their like it's the only storyline in the women's division at the moment. But I think it's a deserved main event and rightful main event match. Yeah. So
like, especially like with Britt Baker, I feel like she's been headline worthy for ages. Really,
she is easily their best kind of like persona and character on there for sure. Yeah, because that was one thing that also confused me, was that I thought that the tournament would have been her crowning, really.
Yeah, because I really thought she was going to win.
Yeah,
or at least be in the final.
It's like, as much as I enjoyed the tournament and all the in-ring stuff was fab, you know what I mean? We've all been introduced to Maki Ito, which who everyone seems to love. I d- this is gonna sound bad. I don't think it achieved anything.
Yeah,
You like
I feel like I was expecting like a new and
yeah,
no like offense, but I was expecting like a new champion, or like
same.
even if there wasn't a new champion, like a big feud to come out of it maybe. But
Yeah, exactly,
it just kind
exactly.
of happened. A lot of the matches were really good, but it's just happened and now it's done.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Because I was like, I was really surprised when like Shida won. Because I thought that maybe Mizunami was going to be like a kind of transitional champion. But
yeah,
yeah, it's because why would they kind of put all that effort into like bring her over from the whole they've had to quarantine either side and all that, so that must have been a nightmare. So yeah, it was even though I really enjoyed the match, but it was yeah, I was surprised by the end. I was surprised by the ending, and
yeah,
it was a perfect time to kind of have crown Britt Baker as the champion, and give her the belt. If they give her the belt, I think it instantly boosts the division
yeah,
by miles. So
definitely.
yeah, it's a funny one. So we'll have to kind of
Mm.
wait and see what happens. But that being said, I think Baker and Rosa are gonna like pretty much murder each other on there
Yeah,
on
I'm
Wednesday
looking
night.
forward to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, for sure. Especially after Rebels crutch has been used a couple of times on
Mm.
Rosa, and Rosa's not someone that you kind of want to piss off.
No, don't think either of them are really.
No, I know. Britt Baker's got a nasty little vicious side as well, for sure. So yeah, so two historic and really great matches looking forward to on AEW this week. And then, so another big thing that happened on Wednesday night was the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships were introduced in
Yeah,
a bit of a underwhelming way.
yeah.
Would you
It was
say?
weird.
Yeah.
It was nice, like that everyone brought out, but I think because you kind of knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, it was
And
the
it was
kind of
nice to see everyone like all celebrate together and stuff. And I think Dakota Kai's promo was quite good, but then
yeah.
it was a very short reign.
That's
It
the
was at
thing.
like 55 minutes or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like, why did they not just have it as a match? Why did they not
Mm,
say, here, because you got screwed out of the titles? Which kind of also begs the
yeah.
question: why did they not just have that as the
It's the tournament
prize?
pride.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. I was like, why have you done?
yeah,
They've won it, and then they got a shot at the main tag titles, and then they didn't win because of Adam Pearce messing about, and then they made a title, and then they just got given them for less than an hour. Like,
like they don't
and
need like
they are really pretty belts, but
they are. They are. I'll give them that. But again, it's like it's another. It's so
I
WE
feel
love
like
titles, man.
WWE are very into like overcomplicating things at the moment that
Well,
don't have to be overcomplicated.
yes. Well, we are going to get into Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair in a
Yeah.
minute. Talk about overcomplicating things, but yeah, it just I'm confused. Although it is good and it'll give a lot more women an opportunity. Like finally, Candice LeRae might get a bit of gold round her waist,
Yeah.
which is a crime that it's not happened already.
See, when they were bringing that out, I just kept laughing at her in Indy Hartwell.
I
So on the
love
ramp
Indy
because both going,
Hartwell. Yeah,
it's just boy faces.
so funny. They're like a boss mother and daughter combo, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I absolutely love them two together. They're like such a joy to watch, aren't they? But yeah, I think it'll be good down the line. But again, it's just a very WWE way of
Yeah.
getting to a very simple.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard someone say it was very, an A to B situation, but they went there via J.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, but I think they've also foreshadowed that the title reign for Io Shirai is nigh.
Yeah, I think Raquel's coming for her now, isn't she?
Yeah, I think the title, them losing the tag team titles, is kind of maybe foreshadowed that Raquel Gonzalez is going to be our new stand and deliver. So I've got no.
Like,
go on.
I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, in that, like, Raquel and Dakota, like that little team, I feel like Raquel's just always coming and saving Dakota from getting battered.
It's like
she's just like, no, like, and everyone targets Dakota, but they're all a bit scared of Raquel. I feel like she'll be a good champ. Yeah,
she's great though. But yeah, Dakota Kai is like, she's like she just gets absolutely like launched around the I think it was War Games. I was like, oh my god, she's gonna die.
I was like, oh.
Like
she was just flinging her everywhere and she's just screaming.
No, she's fabulous. But yeah, it's I do think that Raquel is has been kind of, what's the word when they foretell something where it's
like foreshadowed.
Thank you. Yeah, I think they've kind of foreshadowed that she's gonna win the belt as well. So I'm a bit like about that, although I do think it'll be a really good match. And again, as to your point you said before, it's like when they get a bit of momentum behind them, they stagger it. So it's like she pinned Io Shirai at War Games.
Yeah, that was like, is that like November?
That was like November, yeah.
Yeah,
so it's like
4 months ago.
Everyone was expecting it, you know. But
yeah, and then she had that feud with Rhea Ripley, and I thought, oh, after that she'll go after Io Shirai maybe.
Yeah,
but
no,
it didn't happen. Tony Mercedes, was that Tony Mercedes then who popped up?
Yes.
After they lost the match, that was weird. But it was good, but it was just a weird way to get into it.
Well, yeah, again, it just seems to be kind of the WWE's MO at the minute. It's just like a really confusing.
Yeah, like why did Io Shirai ruin their match? I can't remember if there was a reason behind that, or she just thought it was a laugh. I don't know.
Because Mercedes Martinez attacked her from behind. It was
I forgot about that bit.
Yeah, she like lashed her through the table. It was great. She's not through the table, but like into it.
Because I get it mixed up. I always think that was after, but it was before.
No, it was before that, and that was and then they were tag teaming.
Because I was thinking, like, did Io Shirai just like fancy thinking, oh, I'll mess it up that that'll be funny.
She was bored backstage.
Just wanted something to do.
Yeah, she was like, there's too many tag team matches on this show, I'm gonna bust one up. But yeah, and then obviously on NXT this week, it was like fucking Io Shirai and Toni Storm knocked it out. That was like, there was a couple of times where I thought Storm had it, you know. I thought they sold me a ticket there, like.
Yeah, I like that match, but then at the end I was like, I wanted it to carry on. I wasn't ready for it to end.
Yeah, it was.
It just kind of ended. I was like, oh, because she tapped out, didn't she?
She got her in a
pretty quick.
Yeah, she was sticking to the
Because I thought it looked like she was gonna like work her way out, but she didn't.
Yeah, you don't
it's
really
still good though.
Don't really see Io Shirai use like much submissions to finish the match.
Yeah, I think that's why I was surprised at the end. Because I don't associate her with that.
No.
I associate her with her moonsaults and putting pins on her head and flying around.
Oh my god, she's insane, and I love her. And then that was who else was there? There was because it was pretty jam packed. It was a pretty jam packed program, you know. For what's her name? Xia Li against not Casey Catanzaro.
She's really scary now. Is it Caden Carter?
Caden Carter, thank you. Casey Catanzaro.
Casey's injured.
She is, yeah. So what do you like? I see a lot of people kind of poo-pooing the kind of gimmick, the Xia Li gimmick, the kind of.
I quite like it. It's a bit different, isn't it? It's not what you normally see.
No.
So I like it.
I love, you know what I mean? I love a bit of kind of like Mortal Kombat kind of video game elements in wrestling. So I think it's fab. Like, you know what I mean? If you want me to believe that she's a 1,000-year-old dragon, then she's a 1,000-year-old dragon. I'll gladly go along with it. Like,
as long as she doesn't
yeah.
start like spitting out black things and trying to set herself on fire like what goes on Raw, I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Raw's gone a bit silly, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the like shit. We've not really planned this out.
Bray Wyatt wants to be a bit off a bit longer. What can you do this week? Like spit this out.
Yeah, because
chase Randy Orton around.
Because you know what I mean. I think Alexa Bliss has been fantastic in the role. I just think it's getting it is getting a little bit kind of like as we said before, forced. It does seem to be getting. I
just like imagine her turning up and she's like, right, what am I doing now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she must come back and just see all these like props, you know, and
like,
potions and stuff. Yeah, going, oh, great. Yeah. So we'll wrap things up with our final point, and it's very kind of on brand at the minute, but it's like, what the fuck are they doing with Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks?
What's going on with that?
Like, are you fucking kidding? Like, why are they tag teaming again against Nia Jax?
And why is Reginald the best booked person in the women's division?
He is, isn't he?
Like,
Yeah,
what's
he is.
going on?
Yeah. Like Reginald's like on Raw and SmackDown now, isn't he?
Now it's like Nia Jax. Is he like a sugar baby or something?
She said
like,
he's cute. Yeah, she said he was cute.
She's carrying him around the shops and stuff.
She could put him in her pocket.
No.
Or like Yoda, like a little backpack with like Reg just giving her wine like that. That would be swell. That would be real swell. But yeah, it's again, it's just like it's the easiest storyline to tell. But
like, why do they have to involve all this other stuff? Like, you don't need it. It's just overcomplicating everything for no reason.
Everything, and it's and like Nia Jax is fighting Sasha Banks for the title next week.
Yeah.
Why? Fucking why? Why is Nia Jax? Why is Nia Jax pinning Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks? Like what was the elimination chamber, didn't she?
Yeah.
And then she pinned Bianca Belair on the Friday on SmackDown. And it's just like like Nia Jax is probably one of the best booked people in the women's division. She's constantly made to look strong, and it's weird.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Like, yeah, she's got to the point now. Like, you know, when people say like most improved, what's the opposite? Nia Jax is the opposite of that. Like, I don't get why she gets so many chances. She kind of like constantly phones it in. Like, I
don't get it at all.
She just constantly doesn't. She seems to unimprove. Like, it's weird. It's so. But she gets chance after chance, and you know, Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks are like legit, like legitimate, like athletes and fantastic characters, fantastic talkers, and fantastic wrestlers. And it's like, just do that.
Like, I don't get, like, they could have just gone, like, I think I've said it before, like, Bianca's won, so she's like the best. She wants to face the best, but Sasha thinks she's the best. Let's scrap. Like,
let's get it on.
Instead, they've got, let's be a tag team, let's be friends, let's not be friends. Oh, Reginald's come in. Oh, Nia Jax is pinned bit. Oh, what's going on?
That should be that could be a t-shirt. Nia Jax has pinned me. Like, everyone's got, even Reginald's like, yeah, Nia Jax pinned me too. No, it's like, I don't mind, you know what I mean? I don't mind Reginald. I think he's all right, you know. But it's just crazy. It's nonsensical. It's just idiotic, nonsensical booking, and it frustrates me to the point where sometimes I'm just like, fuck this. And
It's getting like too frustrating. It's like, just sort it out. Like, it's like, I feel like like when Becky won the Rumble and was facing Ronda, and then they had to like add weird things into it and stuff, and then add Charlotte into it, which I like Charlotte, but I don't get why. And I don't get it. Like, they were carrying that feud better themselves on Twitter than it was on telly.
Exactly. Yeah, it was again, the WWE just love getting in their own way, and they just love kind of hampering themselves. It's just so we've got Fastlane coming up next week, and that's so far it's the only match booked is so I think it's pretty safe to say that Sasha Banks isn't losing the title to.
No.
But
I can't imagine him going on Nia and Bianca at Mania, but who knows at this point now?
You know what? As I'm saying it, I'm like, do you know what?
They're gonna do a triple threat now, aren't
they? I'm like, don't say it, because I'll speak it into existence. And like WWE will probably, they'll probably do it, because they're just fucking inept at the minute. It seems.
They're gonna do that, like when Vince McMahon brought Charlotte Flair out. They're gonna do it. Nia Jax, and she'll come in. Like, we can't just have you two. We need to involve Nia.
You do know you're gonna have to start doing a Vince McMahon impression every week now, because they're just that good. Yeah, Nia Jax. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. As I'm thinking, and it's horror. It's very worrying. I'm worried. I'm very scared. So we will. So they're going to face each other on SmackDown, but just before Fastlane, and then they're going to fight for the tag. Can you see them winning the tag team titles, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair?
No, I don't think so. No.
Why are we doing it?
Like, what happened to Naomi and Lana getting the shot?
They lost it on Raw.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
That's how much attention I've been paying.
In an unannounced title match.
Because I thought it was just like a non-title one, and then they were gonna do a thing.
In an unannounced title match, Sasha, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeated Lana and Naomi.
That's how much the tag division is exciting me at the moment.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And
then I just realised Bianca got pinned by Tamina, didn't she, as well, on SmackDown?
Yes, she did. Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, I totally forgot.
Why is she just getting beat by everyone?
Exactly. And why are Natalya and Tamina getting this like massive push?
I don't get
again, over. Like, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair should be the kind of best thing in the business. It should be setting the kind of world on fire with its buzz, but it's just it's not. It's like they're either losing to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, or Tamina and fucking Natalya.
Like, Tamina and Natalya, they could use them well as like to build up other women. But I feel like I'm just saying I don't get it all the time, because I genuinely don't get it.
I know, but like, not to end on a negative note, but
I feel like I've been dead miserable.
I know it's it's a miserable rainy Sunday afternoon in England, so I think that's kind of affected our mood. But then I also think that WWE's shitty booking hasn't helped either. So hopefully,
it's like they can't do a women's feud without a bit of tomfoolery.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, add a bit of tomfoolery always. So, so hopefully next week we'll have a few more positive things to talk about. So until then, we'll see you for the Fastlane preview and predictions, and another What Went Down. So until then, bye.